instead of looking at the law, we are blaming judges for interpreting the law as it is. Femi Falana. Oh my God. He's the senior advocate of Nigeria. SAN. To the news. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has alleged that the judiciary can only be reformed if the law is also reformed. He stated that Nigerians are unfair in blaming the judges who are interpreting the law as it is and not how it ought to be. He made a reference to a section in 2010, which is 2010, the Electoral Act that enabled every citizen to challenge any information provided by any candidate before an election. He also claimed that this section was removed by the legislature and provided that such matters should be within the political party. He said in an interview with Arise Television, Arise TV News, he says, "You are going to reform the judicial institution by reforming the law with honesty." They didn't reform the law. In the 2010 Electoral Act, Section 34 gave every single citizen the local standing to challenge the information which is provided by any candidate. But these guys removed that section and amended the constitution to defer that only members of the political party can challenge the nomination, the disqualification or the sponsorship of a candidate. Wow. Okay, now let's understand something here. Let's take it pace by pace, one after another. Now, according to what he said in an interview with Arise Television, he says you are going to reform the judicial institution by reforming the law. With honesty, they didn't reform the law. In the 2010 Electoral Act, Section 34 gave every single citizen the local standing to challenge the information provided by any candidate. Yes, but these guys removed the section. That is where I'm going to, because that is where it is being amended. So removed that section and amended the constitution to defer that only members of the political party can challenge the nomination, the disqualification, or the sponsorship of a candidate. Now, instead of looking at the law, we are blaming judges for interpreting the law as it is and not as it ought to be. That is why the law is so fundamental. Once we have reformed the law and we set in place the electoral offences tribunal, then we can deal with those who manage the institution dubiously and criminally. One day monkey go market, he no go come back. Monday monkey go market. Now the matter be that Monday monkey go market, he no go come back. Every day for the thief, one day for the owner, for thy owner. Now, ọ̀rọ̀ ni senior advocate one zombie. You may be thinking, I'm speaking in tongues. It's Yoruba. ọ̀rọ̀ now the word of a wise man or a sensible man is what Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, has spoken. They will say, "Ika talk, Ika understand." Now, the Bible says, "Once have I spoken, twice have I heard that all power belongs to God." Now, the constitution which was amended now is now in a rhetorical form, bouncing and challenging authority of the judiciary. And that is what it is. Now, he said, instead of looking at the law, we're blaming judges for interpreting the law as it is and not as it ought to be. Yeah, that English means they are defending it based on their profession, based on a senior advocate of Nigeria talking to people that are in the cabinet or the political era, or because of the case, but because that's why they study law. Now, under the law of the Nigerian law, we still have laws, which is, they will tell you, the Constitution 1999 Nigerian Constitution amended. This is amendment. So if they say they have amended it, let them amend it well, so that it won't, jeopardize their own efforts too. So that's why before you put blame on something, that means think about your blame also. Because don't blame the judges. That is not because it is what it's supposed to be. It's because the Constitution says Now, he says instead of looking at the law, we are blaming judges for interpreting the law as it is and not as it ought to be. That is where the point is. Don't take it out of context, don't take it out of contrast, or don't take it out of proportion. What it is, and that is the law that is guiding us. But some people do not understand the law, or rather, they don't follow the law. Now is the time for us to know that we need to stand well for Nigeria. Everybody. Now he says that is why the law is so fundamental, according to Femi Falana. He says once we have reformed the law and we set in place the Electoral Offences Tribunal, then we can deal with those certain issues and those who manage the institution dubiously and criminally. Well, I rest my case. Well, this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. I'd like you to share your views in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Have a